Good morning, everyone. Sherilyn Thomas with Rise Up to Your Ideal Life, and we're going to talk on today, day 5 of Embrace Your Empath Without the Overwhelm. And today's topic is our final one in this training series, and it's about connection. I have been waiting so much for this last day, and I'm excited to talk to you for just a few minutes about the concept of connection and how important it is for us as empaths to be able to have a connection community so that we can have a place of belonging and be able to have like-minded souls, be able to connect with one another. And so I'm glad that you can join me for today. So again, if you haven't captured any of these trainings, then there's going to be a link above and you can capture those at any time. And please join me with this last day, the final day of training for the Embrace Your Empath Without the Overwhelm. And today, again, we're talking about connection. So connection is something that really does calm our insecurities. When we find someone else that understands who we are and understands that we have this intuitive nature, that we're not woo-woo, that we are not, kind of mental cases or anything, that we really can have a heart-to-heart connection with another person that has the same kind of experiences and intuitive nature that we get all kind of bogged down and bottled up over overwhelm of emotions that onslaught us, but yet that we can find ways to overcome that, and they have been through these various spiritual gifts that you can access that we've talked about across these 5 days. We can access gratitude and trust. We can access light and healing. We can access joy. And then finally, now we can access one of the most important ones, and I saved that for the last day on purpose, and that is for connection. Hi, Sandra. It's nice to have you. So we're going to do an exercise at the end of this video training that's going to be really fun. I've done it several times before. It was taught to me by a woman in Las Vegas named Angela Harris, and it was really a great experience, and I've done that from time to time since. So we'll do that at the end of the training. Hey, nice to see you. So connection aids those with a history of difficult trauma or addiction, loss, abuse, abandonment, any kind of those negative kind of emotional feelings and experiences. Connection helps to overcome those. So having a connection to like-minded people, and connection with a place of understanding between two people. Connection imbues joy and fervor and hope for living. So that gives us kind of that warm blanket of, there's someone else out there that can connect with me and understand. So connection can take the individual to higher vibrations, so that that's what we've been trying to access, is those higher vibrations, such that we don't crash down into the overwhelm. Connection helps us to move into those higher vibrations because we focus on expanding ourselves and expanding our gifts rather than contracting and folding and caving. So if you ever have any questions or comments, you can pop them into the comments below. That would be just perfectly fine. Connection again calms the insecurities that are felt when we risk our true thoughts and feelings. We always are reading people, and so whenever we first even meet someone, we can sense their energies and sense who they are and what they're about, if they're positive or negative or helpful, or we can sense what they're feeling, things like that. And so it's really helpful to us to be able to screen through that so that we can connect with those that we are meant to connect to, and that we can have nurturing relationships with the proper people that we are meant to connect with. Connection allows us to move out of hiding. So sometimes we tend to be kind of more reclusive or introverted, and introvert is not a bad thing. It's just after you do something that's really outward, then you kind of have to take a day off and, kind of regroup and refill your cup. Some people that are extroverted get a lot of energy from an outward display of expression and emotion. But for those of us who are introverts, it takes us kind of a day off afterwards to regroup and be able to come back out and reconnect. So connection allows us to be able to have a safe space for us to reach out and connect, but also to be comfortable and safe at home or wherever it needs to be. Okay, so connection releases the tension and constrictive, the constriction and that stems from fear of expression. So connection allows you to be able to work with that with regard to connecting with other people rather than to fold back in. Connection allows us to feel safe. So when you're connected, you feel understood, you feel welcome, you feel loved, you feel like it's that warmth, and it's a growing thing that burns like little embers, like we talked about on the Day of Joy. So our paralyzing fears or rejection or trapped feelings are things that happen, but at the same time, connection calms those fears, calms that feeling of being trapped and paralyzed in emotions. So connection is a critically important thing. Connection encourages emotional honesty and trust, and it insists that we speak our innermost thoughts and desires. As we learn to connect and communicate in truth, we are then liberated from those paralyzing, kind of like the prison of fear and unacceptance. We emerge with the kind of a gentle yet courageous spirit. Connection softens the heart and heals past wounds. Connection allows us to feel safe and loved, and as a result, we can express our authenticity more freely. So when you feel connected with someone, you feel connected that you can express yourself freely, then you feel that love and you feel that warmth, and it's circular. You can give it and you can receive that, and we'll experience that in just a minute. So connection also restores trust, and we talked about that a lot on day 2. And connection is also an openness, so that true bonds of love can be formed. And then our innermost desire is the spiritual gift of connection. We as humans really, really, really desire that gift of connection. I think that's why we're placed in families. That's why we have intimate relationships within our house, with our kindred loved ones. Those relationships are so valuable to us as humans. We really need those relationships with humanity within our homes. That's why we have moms and dads and children and things like that, so that we can really have and create those feelings of connectedness with one another. And it's always an emotional environment at home. Okay, so today's assignment is to watch this final training, and in just a second we'll do this group exercise. So I'm glad that you could join me, Sandra, and others will join in later. But then again, I want you to spend that 5 or 10 minutes and journal about connection and how connection is important for you, and then write your takeaways in the comments of the daily post. Okay, so write about that for 5 to 10 minutes, how connection is important to you as an empath, and how it kind of your takeaways from that in the comments below. Okay, so first let's do this connection group exercise. So I'm going to have you join me with that, Sandra. And what we are going to do is, first I'm going to take a sip of water, and then take a deep breath while I take my sip of water. In a kid's cup, no less. So put your feet flat on the ground. I don't know where, if you're driving it's not going to work. Kids cup to me. Yeah, kids cup rule. Okay, so if you're driving, don't do this. But if you're just at home sitting, then just put your feet flat on the ground. This is kind of one of those exercises, kind of like earthing, that you can do outside, but this one I like to do privately because I don't want the distractions of outsideness. But so just put your feet flat. Yeah, so in a chair, that's good. Put your feet flat and close your eyes and take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. We'll do that 2 more times. Okay, so now you should be kind of calmed. Your shoulders should have gone down some. If they're not down, do another 5 breaths and get your shoulders down and square. Then come put your hands over your heart chest area. And 1 more deep breath. Now with your eyes closed, I want you to picture someone in a faraway country. You can pick any country you'd like. You can pick the war-torn area of Aleppo. You can pick someone in Ireland. You can pick someone in Wales. Pick somebody, but find that person and go into, project your mind to that place, that country. Hold on, I have to get mine. Okay. And find that person, and I usually can see them. See if you can see them, see their eyes. They are a real person, and connect with them. Mine is an old woman. Now, go from your deepest heart and send through that channel, send that person love and tenderness. Really try and connect with them. It's harder for me talking, telling you what I'm doing while I'm also doing it, so I'm going to go back and forth a little bit. Okay, once you have made that connection with that person and sent that love and tenderness in the most genuine and heartfelt way, now just stay clear with that, sending that, and then if they are comfortable with it, ask if they're comfortable with it, they send that back to you. Send their love and tenderness to you, and then just wait until you feel that return. Just stay with it, stay quiet and still until you feel it. Okay, and then when you're done, take another few deep breaths. And open your eyes. Hi, Lisa. So we just finished this really interesting group exercise to connect with someone in a faraway country and have that, and send them love, and then also have that love returned to us. It just takes a few minutes. It's very nourishing because you can take what you feel and use your gift as an empath to send it to someone else who needs that. And then if they're open to that, then they can send that back. The woman that I connected with was asleep, but she sent that back in a very kind of sleep gentle way. So if you, Sandra, were you able to connect with someone? Are you still there connecting? I'd like to hear about it. Maybe you can pop a comment in the thing below. Hi. My children are waking up. It's the Christmas holiday. Okay, or not Christmas, it's before New Year's holiday. All right, so I'd love to hear what you were able to do with this, so put those in the comments below. Very subtle, but I did feel it. It was funny how a name and place popped into my head. I know. I know. I was really wanting to invite people to connect to wherever they felt right about connecting, and so I mentioned a few places that just came to my head, and so I don't know if it was one of those places or not, but it's like a name and a place. I went to Aleppo, so, but the woman I saw was asleep. Where did you go? We're traveling in our minds. The comments are slow back, so that's fine. So I'll wait for your comment, but in the meantime, I just wanted to share that experience with you, and that's one way that we can have a connection with other people and give our gift to other people, kind of like a little blessing of love. Where I've got to look that up. Scandinavia, very cool. So yeah, check that out. I like to do that from time to time, especially if I'm kind of feeling a lower vibration. This brings me to a really high vibration. It helps me to really connect at a higher level and not sink or cave. So I really enjoy being able to cast that to them and give that kind of like a little prayer for them. But then I always see someone and they connect and come back. So I really enjoy doing that. It's really fun for me, and I wanted to share that with you. The other thing is I wanted to tell you that you will, those of you that have signed up for the emails, you will get a link today of what's called a recap page, and it will have all of the videos over the 5 days that we've done, plus a PDF of the ebook, which will include all of the emails that we've done this week. And it will be just a beautiful way to capture all of this into one nice little package. Attached to that, I will be offering a sales offer to you to be able to purchase that. You'll have access to it for free until Tuesday about 8 o'clock p.m. And then after that, it'll be available for purchase. So these 5 days will be available for purchase after that. So you can access it for free until Tuesday about 8 p.m. And then there will be a sales page link that you can purchase further coaching with me, and I'll put together that package and let you know what that all is. I'm developing a course for empaths that will be just kind of like a 7-week course, and that will be available to you as well. So those of you who purchase that course, it'll be about $147. You will receive several bonuses within 24 hours. You'll be able to purchase those. The bonuses will include this 5-day training that you will be able to have access to, but also you will be able to enter in at the kind of beta tester level, because the course is not yet created. You'll be able to enter into this course even before it's created and help me create it. So that will be the advantage of being able to step in at the lower $147 price versus, the $550 that it probably would go for. So it will be really beneficial to you to step into it at this point, and you'll have access to all of the trainings that we've done across the 5 days until Tuesday at 8 p.m. And then you'll be able to take a look at the sales page of what the bonuses are, but the bonuses will only be available for probably the next 24 hours, and I'll let you know what those are later. But I just wanted to have this experience with you to share that and how great that is to be able to connect with someone in another country who can benefit and utilize your gift of being an empath, to connect with them on an emotional level and give them something, and then they can also come back and say, yes, I got that, or just an acknowledgement to you. So that's all for today. And thanks again for joining me, especially Sandra, for joining live and being able to participate with this. All of you who join in later and watch the replay, you're absolutely welcome to do the exact same procedure. It's just really, I just find it so much of a wonderful high vibration experience with a real person that is over there in some other country. You can do it to some, loved ones who live far away, or even just someone in the same room. It doesn't matter. There's no bounds to this. You can connect with people through your emotions and through your empath abilities to be able to send that love, but always send goodness and tenderness, and from your most genuine soul, send that to them. Hey, Paige. Hey, we're wrapping up. You're missing it. So that's it for today, and I just really am glad that you could join me, and especially to be able to participate in this experience. And we will talk to you again probably later this afternoon or tomorrow about the further details of what is entailed with the recap page and the link to access it and all that good stuff. I'm not finished with it, so I got to finish it. Okay, love you. See you later. Bye.